Good morning, church. Welcome to all of those joining us here in person or online. My name is Sam Gregory. I'm a member here at LakeRidge, and I am so glad that you made the decision to be present in the house of the Lord today. Here at LakeRidge, we have a mission and a vision, and that is to connect the generations with Jesus to impact our world. And that's something we should strive to live into every single day. Now, if you're visiting with us here this morning, we want to extend you a very special welcome and let you know how glad we are you're here. If you've not yet had an opportunity to visit one of the welcome centers out in the foyer, I would certainly encourage you to do so. There are two of those desks out there, one at each end. And if you stop by there, you're going to find some friendly folks who would love to be able to greet you by name, to get to know you a little bit better, and better welcome you here this morning. And if you're a first-time guest, we have a free gift for you. So don't hesitate to stop by one of the welcome centers. In the pewbacks in front of you, you will find a connections card. If you will pull that card out for us and fill out the information requested on there, we would love to have a record of your attendance today. Also on that card, you will find a QR code. You can use that along with your smartphone to bring up a copy of today's bulletin in a digital format. Now, on the back side of that card, you will find a place for prayer requests. Know that your church family wants to pray with you and for you, and this is how you communicate those needs or praises with us. Each of those cards are prayed over each week, so if you have a prayer request, jot it down on that card. You can place that completed card in the offering plates that will be passed later in the service. Now, if your prayer request is of a confidential nature, there are some prayer boxes, and those are located at each of the welcome centers, and you can drop that card off there at the conclusion of today's service. Now, if during the week a prayer need arises, please contact the church office. Ask to speak with Suzanne Wampler. Again, know that your church family wants to pray with you and for you. Now, tonight at 6 o'clock in the chapel, we will be having Encounter More. Encounter More is an opportunity to come together in a little more intimate setting that we have here on Sunday morning. And the focus is simply on praising the Lord and on prayer. It is a wonderful opportunity to come and just soak in the Spirit. And if you've never attended Encounter More, I would again encourage you to do so. It's a wonderful opportunity to just sit in the presence of the Lord. And that's tonight, 6 o'clock in the chapel. This morning at the 10:30 hour, we will be having our membership class, and that will take place in the fellowship hall. If you've been visiting with us and you are now considering joining as a member, this is the opportunity for you to do that. And so that will take place again this morning, 10:30 in the fellowship hall. And then next Sunday in the 10:30 hour, we're going to be having our connections class. This is an opportunity for you to learn everything LakeRidge, to learn about all of the spiritual growth opportunities and the ways for you to become involved in the life of the church. And so if you're not plugged in presently with a small group or a Sunday school class or a Wednesday evening, make sure you come to the connections class. That's going to be next Sunday at 10:30. Now, a week ago last Friday, the Brownlow's daughter Mackenzie was married. There was a ceremony in Weatherford, and we want to join in the Brownlow family, with the Brownlow family, to celebrate that marriage. So if you see Brian or Debbie this morning, congratulate them on the marriage of their daughter. Now, this morning we want to give everybody an opportunity to greet those folks around you. Find a new face and introduce yourself this morning as we pass the peace. For those of you that have already sit down, I want you to stand back up. For those standing up, I want you to remain standing because we're going to recite our affirmation of faith together this morning as an opening act of worship. This morning's affirmation is a responsive reading. I will begin, and then we will all join in together. Say it like you mean it this morning. This is the good news which we have received, in which we stand, and by which we are saved. Christ died for our sins, was buried, was raised on the third day, and then appeared first to the women, then to Peter and the 12, and then to many